Hi everyone, Canoopsy here. Some of us have been waiting a very long time for Apple to release a pair of earbuds that are actually less like AirPods and more like other truly wireless earbuds on the market. And they finally did, with the Beats Studio Buds. Now, don't get me wrong, let me explain. I love AirPods and the AirPods Pro. They sound good, they're convenient, integrate well with Apple devices, and they've become a fashionable accessory of sorts. But for exercise, running around doing things chaotic days with a whole bunch of errands, they're not really the best option or the first pair of earbuds that I choose if I'm heading out the door. Enter the Beats Studio Buds, which are much more traditional in their design and fit, but that's not really a bad thing, and they still pack in a lot of the best features of AirPods. Also, they're cheaper than any of the AirPods Apple sells at $150 USD or $180 Canadian. Okay, so first, the design. The case itself is a bit large but not crazy big, and is made of a decent-ish feeling matte plastic. There is also a pretty satisfying opening and closing sound and snap though. It's pretty good. The buds are held in by strong magnets, and pulling them out with the raised side portion is easy. I mention these points because some earbuds still haven't figured out putting magnets in the case yet, nor have they figured out a way to easily pull earbuds out of the cases. So shout out to Apple for these very basic features. Speaking of Apple and features, these, like AirPods, have a lot of the benefits of being designed and made by Apple. So it starts from the very second you try to pair them. When you open up the case, you get that little card for quick and easy pairing with just a single tap. However, these don't support iCloud sync, so you won't be able to easily switch between devices like you can with AirPods. Nor do they support auto device switching, which honestly, I'm kinda glad. It barely ever works with my AirPods, and it's more of an annoyance than anything else. There's no H1 or W1 chip inside, so none of these features are available. Also, they don't have ear detection, so you take them out of your ears, they keep on playing and don't start playing when you put them in your ears for the first time. That's something I definitely miss with these, as many other earbuds have this pretty basic feature. Then there's support for the Find My app if you lose them, but there's no U1 chip inside, so you can pretty much only track them down if they're in your general vicinity, in a bag, kind of throughout your home. You can play a sound, so not really the full Find My app support. There's also support for the Dolby Atmos spatial audio stuff Apple just added into Apple Music, but there is no head tracking, which is kind of a cool feature, but honestly, I didn't really miss it. You also have the ability to switch between noise cancelling and transparency modes with a quick toggle on iOS, and get updates and change controls in the Settings app with no companion app or anything else needed. It's just all built into your device, just like AirPods. They also do work on Android quite well. There's a whole companion app and easy pairing, but if you have an iPhone, you're definitely getting a much more integrated, smoother experience. So these, minus a few features, are kind of just like AirPods with their integration into Apple devices, and that's kind of sweet. The earbuds are small, and putting them in your ear, they're very comfortable and lightweight. They're also water and sweat resistant, so you're good there. And that leads me into the fit. So these, without a doubt, are the best fitting earbuds that Apple has ever manufactured, in my opinion. They stay in much better than AirPods ever did, even the AirPods Pro, and I can without fear put these in and just do my thing. For running, I'd say they stay in decently well, but just make sure you find the right size ear tips, which are in the box. Personally, I had to go down from the medium size to the small size, which I never really have had to do, but they fit in much better now. I do wish they included some wingtips at the very top of the earbuds just for a bit of a more secure fit for those more extreme activities like biking or running. So for running and exercise, they pass the test, they're pretty good. And for long listening sessions where you're more stationary like flights or road trips, they're quite comfortable and you can quickly forget that they're actually in your ears. There are button controls, no touch controls, so maybe you're happy about that. Now in terms of controls, you tap once to play or pause, double click to skip the track, triple click for previous track, and press and hold to switch between the active noise cancelling, transparency, and nothing. You can also set up one or both of the earbuds to activate Siri when you press and hold, instead of the noise cancelling control if you want. Okay, before we talk about noise cancelling, let's talk about sound quality. Now, overall, these are good sounding headphones. They're not for audiophiles, of course, because, of course they're not. And I think for a pair of truly wireless earbuds, they sound as good as the rest, if not some of the best. I think they sound a whole lot better than regular AirPods by far, especially with a much more solid seal in your ear thanks to the rubber tips. But I think the AirPods Pro sound a little bit better and a little bit clearer. I've tried a variety of genres and podcasts, and generally the sound here is warm, crisp, and the earbuds do get quite loud. The bass and lower end are definitely a bit more pronounced on these, so depending on the genres you like, you might be in for a bit of a treat. That being said though, the bass isn't overpowering or distracting, and generally it sounds very good. At times I wish the mids were a bit more pronounced as they can get a little bit lost in the bass for some tracks, but the highs are present and clear and not distorted like some of the cheap pairs of earbuds you might find on Amazon for like $50 or so. Thankfully, these do sound pretty good for their price. Now I've done most of my listening here with active noise cancelling on because throughout my testing, music has sounded the absolute best on these earbuds with noise cancelling completely on versus passive or the transparency mode. Now in general, noise cancelling on these earbuds is actually quite good. Whether you're out and about on transit, walking the streets, running, or you're inside at home banging away on the keyboard or in the office, it blocks out a lot of the outside world and does it very well. And the transparency mode brings the outside world in, but I find this mode is just decent on these earbuds. It's usable, it's kind of convenient at times, but it's just not as natural and as amazing as AirPods or other earbuds I've tested. And when watching videos, there's little to no latency, so it's pretty much a one-to-one audio and video sync, and that isn't really a problem to worry about anymore in 2021.
So this is a test of the Beats Studio Buds and their microphones. Now I'm inside the quietest possible environment. And this is a test of the microphones outdoors. I'm walking, it's a little bit windy. I'm kind of in a bit of a busier area with trucks and construction. So here's how the microphones sound. There you go.
Now for battery life, these are surprisingly good considering how small they actually are. You're basically getting 5 hours of continuous listening with active noise cancelling on, or 8 hours with noise cancelling off. Like I said, I mostly use these with noise cancelling on, so I was getting just under 5 hours of listening throughout my day. The case gives an additional 10 hours of battery life with noise cancelling on for a total of 15 hours of listening time. And with noise cancelling off, it's 16 hours for a total of 24 hours of listening time with battery life. So what that kind of translates to in daily usage is you can use these pretty much on and off throughout your day, maybe during some exercising, shopping, during commutes, at home, and pretty much just throw them in the case where you're not using them, and you'll basically have a week of battery life. Or if you're going on a flight or a longer trip, you have pretty solid battery life throughout your journey. And of course, if you want to have much longer battery life, just turn off noise cancelling and you're going to get 10 hours versus 5 hours. And for charging, you're getting a USB-C port on the bottom, so that's pretty sweet, and much more universal than Lightning. But if you're an iPhone user for those longer trips, you gotta bring around 2 cables with you for charging up both your devices. And sadly, there is no wireless charging with these earbuds at all, which honestly, I'm quite disappointed about, but I know most people probably don't care. 5 minutes of charging with the cable though gives you an hour of listening, so I mean, that's kind of a bonus. Okay, so who is buying the Beats Studio Buds? Well, it's a bit interesting. If you're looking for a pair of truly wireless earbuds with noise cancelling, these are solid, and they integrate well with Apple devices as well as Android devices. These are sort of the AirPods for Android we've wanted. On the other hand, while the price is actually quite fair for these, more affordable than I expected, there are other options at around the same price with more features, maybe a better fit, and in some cases better sound for cheaper, the same price, or just slightly more expensive. But in the end, for a pair of truly wireless noise-canceling earbuds with all the benefits of being Apple designed, including the easy integration, special features, and Apple support, honestly, it's actually quite a good deal. So those are my thoughts on the Beats Studio Buds, and if you're interested in buying these for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description down below. Also, like the video if you liked it, subscribe, and thank you for watching.